I had Zoom loaded, but I wanted to paste in that it's enter meeting ID or personal link, and I don't have Facebook Messenger loaded on here, and I was having trouble with the passcodes and stuff. I was trying to download the Messenger, and it said you have to use your iCloud password. I forgot that, so I was having trouble getting that all set up. I'll be able to get that set up. We don't have to do that today, but I want to get to the point I'm using this instead of my little phone.
Definitely, yeah. It will be a lot
So I
easier
have
for you.
this. I have my hotspot, and I still would like to get that internet thing you were talking about ordered. So it's going to take time. Okay.
Recording progress.
Okay.
All right, you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. And
Yeah.
CPI.
My connection's a little spotty out here.
No worries. You're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, huh?
Yeah, we moved our spot the other day. We kind of went out towards the sand dunes, and then we found this little free camping spot that's really, really nice place to stay. We've just been loving the view. It's nice and quiet.
And what do? Do you go shopping and get some food for holding over while you're there for a few days to shop?
Yeah. Yes, we did all of our shopping,
Kind of
loaded up the fridge, got some water, did all that stuff.
So you kind of do what I do in the truck. You just kind of get what you need for for a few days, and then you have to restock the van.
Yeah, it basically is like a very similar life.
Yeah, that's what's kind of funny,
Yeah.
My truck is just different, but the lifestyle is very similar.
Yeah, at least you can stand up
anyway,
fully in yours.
That's the main thing I like is I could stand up and walk around. Like Michelle said, it looked like my space, square footage wise, was a smaller space, but I kind of like. It doesn't feel small when you're in here because it's so high and roomy, and I can get up and walk around, and it's also very functional. I
Yeah.
like it. I don't feel like I said once I'm here. I don't miss my house. I don't miss the studio. I don't even think about it. In fact, I think more and more because of what we're doing, I might shift into more and more being here and having this fully functional. You can't see it, but there's an open space right in front of my bed. And what I was thinking of doing is getting a portable one of those little things that fold out like a little tabletop or whatever. So I could set my laptop right in front of the bed on that tabletop, and I can sit on my bed, and it's like a desk right in front of me.
Yeah.
And then set it up to where I can do everything here. I can do an iPod. In other words, everything I can do at home, I can do right here. And then I'm portable. And the thing about the truck, if I'm here instead of home, I'm earning money. I'm doing all the stuff we're talking about, the iPod, all my stuff. And I still have time every day to do videos. But the thing is, I'm making money as I'm doing it. Like when I sit at home, I'm not making money. A day or two I'm there. So every day I'm at home, say I'm there two days, I might lose, $300-400. And so, and if I go, so anyway, I'm just trying to find that balance. I've been doing this for 12 years, so I find that balance. But the bottom line, I'm full of being in the truck.
Yeah, you could totally make that space
Anyway,
like a whole. You could make that space like a whole, travel, do your own creation studio thing there as well.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. I want this to be. I'm cool with having, and to tell you the truth, I keep going towards. My mom's been acting really weird. I love my mom, but I'm working more towards just being independent. Like this is my independent spaceship, and I'm a land captain, a land pilot, or a land astronaut, and this is my whole world. I'm just traveling around, just kind of like you guys, almost like you're. That's why this is so magical. This would kind of be, we're doing kind of similar things, and anyway. What would you like to talk about today?
Well, no, I like where you're going. I
Okay.
can hear a little background noise. Is that the speaker that's doing that, or is it?
It might be the speaker. Let me see what happens if I
Because
turn
I
this
just
off.
didn't hear it right then and now. So maybe it was just like, a little feedback.
Let me turn this off. Now the speaker's off.
All right, I can
But the
actually,
speaker's off. I don't know. Can you hear my voice still?
yeah, I can hear you a little bit better now, actually.
Because it's coming through this phone here. Maybe my headset. Let me see something. I'm experimenting here.
Yeah, well, I can hear
I
you
put this
better now, and I don't hear any feedback from my voice. So
How about now? Can you hear my
there you go.
audio
Yeah,
better because I have my headset on?
yeah, and you could probably hear me better too, right?
Yeah. And the truck is running too. That's a little bit of noise. I don't know if I turn the truck off if
Oh
it'll
no,
be more quiet.
you're
Could-
good. You're
Okay.
totally good. I was just hearing my own voice come through.
Okay.
I didn't know if that was like the speaker or something, but this is great now, so we're good.
And you're recording this. Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
it's recording.
Okay, cool.
Um,
And let me see if this, now the lighting, that's dark. I should have this lighting because I have this is like a little studio. I have lighting everywhere, all kinds of lighting options.
Yep.
There's a lot of possibilities here. I like the idea of really getting into this and really fixing this up. Do you know how, like, when you watch a television program with, let's say, one of the guys that has their radio program, and they have their radio studio, but they're broadcasting it on TV too. So you see all the microphones, and you see all that, and he's sitting at a radio studio microphone, and that's the location. And there's all the stuff in the background. I could do the same thing with this truck because I have this truck 100% of the time. So I'd like to really start moving in that direction. So this is a step. My point is, this is a
Right.
step towards doing that, because we're doing the Zoom call on location, your location and mine, and we're both going to be portable. We're both going to be mobile. You're going to be moving around, and there's a point I may decide just to do over the road instead of the dedicated. So I'll be just like you. I'll be moving around to different locations. Like I'll be in Colorado, and I'll be in Portland, and I'll be in
Right.
Oregon, and I'll now that kind of thing. And
Well,
I'm
even if you
kind of
just did
leaning
that for like
towards that
90
because
days,
go ahead.
even if you just did that for like, let's say you did it for half a year, if you look at your YouTube channel, we've been putting up some videos, and it's adding content fairly quickly. So, once we get this whole thing like locked in, where you have just a channel of all these videos, now you can focus on your everyday life and maintaining things like your live that you did on Facebook the other day. I want to see that on YouTube as well, because that was perfect, and you kind of, you feel the time limit, you don't want to be on there for too long, but some people go on and do like hour-long streams every day based on whatever they're passionate about. So, that's something that you could do as well. Just,
Oh, there's no doubt.
you know,
There's no doubt. Sorry for interrupting you, bro.
No, you're good.
What I want to say, it happens very organically for me. Like I may sit down and really in my heart, that instant when I'm sitting down, I feel I have nothing really more to say but hello, And then what happens is energy comes over me, and it's like a channel. It's just like, here I come. You're in the camera.
Right.
We're rocking, bro. it
Yeah.
just starts talking, and I'm like, okay, I'll just go with whatever we're going with, and
Well, that's
before
what
I know
people
it, I've
wanna
talked for
see,
30 minutes.
Yeah, and that's what people want to see. And I don't know if you've looked into the videos over at the YouTube channel, but I've kind of like broken them up in little pieces and kind of, mixed them in where, you're touching on a point here about something, and then that's it. That's like one video. And then the next video can come right off of that. If you send me like a 30-minute video, I can technically make like 2 videos off of it, because sometimes, there's 2 different topics that I can tap into and, be able to just make more content. Did you feel better recording
No,
this week?
no, I just wanted to, sorry, I wanted to interrupt you to compliment you. I have been watching your videos, and I like the direction you're going. And like I talked to you about, this is a getting to know each other, getting into a flow. I figured this first week, we were just gonna just flow with it. We figured out the methodology was I was gonna make the video, I was gonna send it to Facebook, you were gonna pick up, polish it, tweak it, edit it, and pass it on to the channel to get into that flow. I can see how you've grown. I can see how you've tuned into my story. You've gotten me more and more, and the videos have now, to me, gone to another level in just a few days. Like I could see a marked improvement from the first video when you were just kind of, just kind of patching things and editing, to where I could see you were getting into your zone. You were getting into, doing your stuff, your intuitive stuff, and your video artistic part of you. I could see it, and then, woo, okay, hey, we're kind of going kind of in the direction I envisioned. Okay, so
Excellent.
I can feel that from you. I was really, that made me feel like, wow, I'm glad I made the decision to do this. I can see this is only 5 days into it, and we still have a long ways to go. And if we're making this progress in just 5 days, we're going to make progress every day, every week. And I could see it just, so I wanted to compliment you on that.
Thank
I
you.
could feel it, I could see it, I could sense it. It made me feel like, well, I'm really happy I made this decision. No matter,
Good, good.
I could see that this was a good decision. Okay, it wasn't like, oh man, what did I get myself into? I can see this isn't going to really go very far. Yeah, I'm just being honest. I could, that happens sometimes. You make a decision with someone, you think there's
Right.
going to be a good connection, and you get into it and you realize, I was kind of not right on this, but I just have to go with it. I have to make the best of this situation. But with you, I'm just being honest. I feel like, wow, I can see that there's a lot of magical stuff that's going to be happening.
Definitely. I'm glad that you
And
feel
then
that
what
way.
happened? Then there were some other things like you were talking about the construction part. I could see like these Zoom calls, okay, the live calls, the integration of you and me. That's why I wanted you to be more and more a part of it, because I feel like if I just do myself through the whole process for 90 days, and you're just in the background doing your editing, and you're kind of in the background, I feel like I'm going to miss a huge part of the reason why we got together. And I feel like our interaction, and we keep flowing with it and tweaking it and building on that, both for your YouTube channel and the Video Matrix Challenge, mine too. And what I see is a kind of a collaborate, because I'm into you guys, and I'm into, like, I don't know if you remember when we first met, I said something like, maybe somewhere down the road we could work together. And Michelle
Yeah.
said, well, we got this going, we got this podcast going, maybe someday it will happen. Well, the someday is now, and it's happened. And to me, that's really powerful for both of us, because you can actually talk, and I will talk for sure about the transformation of my being from just September to now, because of you and Michelle in my life. And it's gonna be mutually beneficial for both of us. There's gonna be a, like, you understand what I'm saying? There's gonna be like a
Yeah.
flow
Well,
where
I love that,
it
because that's what we do. That's what we're all about too. And we're always open to working with people. And that's why we never close off any bridge. We always keep an open possibility, and that's what it's all about. Doing something that makes sense for both parties, for you, for me, for our vision separately and together. Because I like how you want to have me as part of this channel, because that way I'd like to get behind things and go forward with things that actually have a meaning and a purpose and people are passionate about. So yeah, if I can get on there and do stuff, I like the ideas of doing these Zooms every weekend, whether we do it Saturday or Sunday, whatever the schedule allows. We just at least do one of these a week, upload it to the channel, so that way it's like you're sharing this reality, this real life dynamic. Here are two people that met online, haven't met in person, and we've
yeah.
creating all this different transformation and change in our personal lives, and in the lives that we want to create, with what you're doing with Thriving to Tokyo, with what we're doing with the Video Matrix, and just we want to create and we're collaborating together, and this is really how it works. So I love it. And
Yeah,
love to be
Mike.
part of it.
Mike, just piggybacking off of that, the other piece of this that I think I'm sure this is kind of what we're already doing. I'm moving around and doing my job in mobile, you're doing your thing during the week with Michelle and stuff, and you're just mixing the videos. But then when talking about these are some of the kind of things I love about this week. I watched this video on this, and I really like that video on this and this, and I could see like this last one. I just started watching the one with my friend Pat Pendleton in the art studio, and I create videos like this because of the future. So that's what's cool. We can do this recap of the week, to which makes this more real. People will actually, our subscribers, my subscribers, our subscribers will see the videos, and then at the end of the week, if they feel a connection with the videos, they can really like we're gonna see Mike and Doug talk about the videos. I want to tune into the Zoom call, and I think it's gonna be really powerful because it's gonna make it more personal,
Right.
and there's gonna be a flow to it.
I love that. 1 second, Doug. Just 1 second.
Yep.
Okay, so I just had to check with Michelle real quick. I love that part of it, and that's how we can keep this like a reality-based thing. You can share a little behind the scenes, just like this call. It's like here we are, like we made this plan a week ago, and now if you go over to the YouTube channel, you can already see there are a bunch of videos uploaded, and you can see the branding on the channel. You can see the thumbnail pictures are nice and clear with titles, and things are just kind of finding their ground. And that's the thing, you don't have to have a million videos that are perfect. You do, however, want to have a lot of content where people can see, hey, this person's real, they're posting consistently, they've got a lot of videos here. And at the end of the day, I feel, as I'm watching the videos of you and going through the videos myself, like I feel that people can connect to you in a way. And if you keep these videos in a pattern that let people have a dose of you and what you're talking about, then they want more. So they click next to the next video and next to the next video. And yes, maybe there are those videos that are like an hour long. I'm not saying that you can't have long videos. I like the idea for right now, thinking of keeping it as short and as concise and compelling as well. You want to have things that are really get people to think. Like earlier this week, you had a video that was you in the truck, and you had, you were going through some personal feelings, and you were just kind of feeling like whatever. And then later in the next clip, you were like back at it. Energy was high through the roof, and it was like, that was great video right there. And I could just see people getting connected to the real talk. Just like right now, you're in your truck. It's so cool. Like people are actually interested in the truck lifestyle, whether they want to do it or not. Just like van life, there are a lot of people that are interested in traveling in a van or in a bus. More people are interested in watching it than actually doing it. So if you actually are doing it yourself, well, you have that attractor factor that people are going to want to watch you. So that's really what it's all about, finding something that you love and tap into it. Like Michelle and I, we love travel, we love video, we love the van. That's what we share. We love personal development. Same stuff that you are loving as well, only you do it in the truck life. You're doing it in the back of a truck sleeper. You've got that as that's your travel space, that's your studio, that's your everything right there, and you're able to kind of just blast off to all different places in the country. So what's that?
Doug inspires people.
Absolutely.
Hold on, Michelle wants to add something.
Yeah, I just want to say Doug inspires people to, like the way he's inspired you, considering people love to live on the road. If someone wanted to actually pursue a job or career after maybe they're done on the road, the truck driver position would fulfill the need and desire
Right.
to be in the open field.
I don't know if you could hear any of that, but Michelle was just saying like how like what you do, it inspires people to like, you know, be able to go and even create a living or a travel life. Like let's say they think their travel days are over.
Good income.
Well, you know, they can go work, make money, and travel at the same time. So it's like, it's really a no-brainer when you think about it. Honestly, it really is.
Well, think about it. Let me break this down, Mike. Okay. Um, it's really, really cool. Like we've talked about our experience with network marketing and affiliate marketing. Okay. What's cool, I was talking to my driver manager, Michael, who's this young guy, and he's open to part of this too. I said, I actually want to bring the culture of night in the office and you, my dispatcher, bring you onto my channel. So I'm like, here, I have a little dialogue with my manager. So it makes it more real. So I can talk about the relationship with your driver manager and how close you are. It's not typical corporate America. They're really cool. You know, they're really hip. Like when they answer the phone, sometimes they're like, "Hey, brother," it's like, okay, yeah, everything's cool. You know, they're just real. It's really cool. But what my point is, what we were talking about is when I bring in a driver from another company that's not happy, and they see my video and what I'm doing, and they're like, "I'm not on daily pay." I mean, he can actually send the transfer before 10 o'clock in the morning, and he gets paid that night. I have to wait 2 weeks for a paycheck. That is so cool. Yeah, so I could go down. That I'm actually going to do a video. Instead of saying I love night, I'm going to go down point by point by point by point by point by point. So I have very specific reasons why I love night. So if someone watches that. But what Mike was saying, he said, "Dude, we pay $1,500 per driver." So what that means, when you go to Japan, if you get your whole social media thing where you have enough traffic and enough signups in a month, you realize you could be sipping your. He said this. You could be sipping your latte or your sake or in Japan and have 10 signups in the month and have $15,000 income while you're in Japan, and and Night's supporting it. I only have to do one load a month. I can just say, "Hey, I'm making more money recruiting. I'm just gonna start going to Japan a lot. I'm gonna go to Japan every other month." Because I could go to Japan with visa 6 months out of the year.
Yeah. So I
So
mean,
how?
and now you're in Japan, and now people are watching. Hey, why? How's he in Japan? What's he doing? And then you just tell them that you just, you know, you recruit and you
I'm in my recruiting mode. And
exactly.
what here? Hear me out on this. What's cool is, guess what? I'm just saying, let's say you were from another company and you saw this, and you're with Night. You're in your night truck. I'm in my night truck. We're doing a hangout. Instead of the van, we're in the night truck. Night truck. You have the same opportunity. You can be a seasoned driver for $1,500. You have the same opportunity. See the duplication? It's just like network marketing. I'm recruiting
Exactly.
you into the opportunity, and then you have the same opportunity I have. 100% commission, $1,500 per. There's a power there, and pretty soon you have one driver, two drivers, four drivers, 10 drivers, all saying the same thing. It gets very powerful, and then I'm excited about it because I can create a situation that if 2, 3 years from now I can't drive as much, I have another income stream. I have
Exactly.
something that I've created.
Well, you've also, yeah, with the YouTube channel and with your not only your stories and your truck lifestyle, you know, you can definitely be building something that's going to set you up, you know, for what you're talking about. And it's a great thing to do. There are people out there that are your age or even a little older than you who are in a similar boat where it's time for them to make a decision, and you know, maybe they just haven't thought about what you're talking about. So, you know, you add that to the YouTube channel, you've got all these different things that you can add, and even giving value, you know, giving value to whatever it is that you want to share. You know, you could share your starting process about video. You could start, you know, little things about truck driving stuff, because we want to piggyback off of keywords. Like what topics are people most concerned about in the truck driving lifestyle? And you don't even have to go out there and make any extensive video. This could just be you, you know, sitting right where you're sitting now or in the truck and just do a video, or, you know, you could even go live on the YouTube channel and do something like that. And then I can just make a video with like, I can use other B-roll footage of other truck driving stuff, like, you know, like I've done before with your videos. So, you know, it's more or less you could just share the mindset because, you know, if people are thinking about truck driving and they're worried about backing up the truck, you know, if you could just tell them
Oh
a
yeah, yeah.
2 second thing about how
Well,
easy
what I'm
that is and
saying
not
is,
to worry about, you know, that would be like a one thing that we could piggyback off of as a keyword and then bring more
I,
people into your channel.
I wanted to mention, Mike, I wanted to tell you that I honestly think it's going to be more powerful. I can have my, you don't necessarily have to go get other people's B-roll and stuff. I don't mind shooting video. I think it's be more personal and giving more authority if I'm actually filming,
Mm-hmm.
like backing. It says some other trucker that it kind of like, who's this guy? We want Doug to show. So
Yeah.
it's no, we have to have it all inclusive where I'm the authority, not some other guy from another company or another night driver. I'm the one that can do this. I have been a trainer. I can go through point by point all the basic fundamentals that you have to learn as a truck driver, and it's not a big. That other day when I was talking about scaling and this at the truck stop, I just did that spontaneously when in the middle of a load.
Mm-hmm.
It was real easy for us to have the basic mechanics. Like for example, I'll talk about backing just briefly. Backing, the key thing with backing is a few points. Number one, you're not going to learn how to back by thinking about it. Everybody goes through a learning curve and back, and you're gonna be scared, you're gonna be embarrassed. You can pull into truck stops, everybody's watching you. They can immediately tell you're they're gonna immediately tell you a rookie just by your trailer's going, your tractor's going all over the place, and you're embarrassing yourself. And I could watch a guy back up at the truck stop and go, oh my God, this is a brand new person. And everybody in their truck starts going, okay, I got to watch him.
Yeah.
They're all, and then some guys will jump out and help the guy. So there's a whole, everybody goes through that. You don't get, but key point one, everybody starts in the same place. Two, it's all about the setup. It's just like any other thing you do. You get good at it. And the setup, what I mean by that, you have to pull in, you have to set up properly to back up. So it's easy. Number two, you have to know what's out. And every time you back up, there's obstacles, there's poles, there's other trucks, there's things you can run into. So you have to get out and look around and know what dangers there are when you're backing up. You know what blind spots you have. So I could go through point by point by point by point the fundamentals of backing, and I can film it. I could even ask another driver, can you film me backing up today? Just grab a driver, hey, can you do me a favor and let him use my camera and actually film me backing up, so they can actually see me, like they can see the hole I'm going into. They'll see me actually do it, and they go, yeah, Doug's pretty good at this. So that's no
Yes.
problem.
I love
I
it.
could do all of that. And that's not hard. So I can go through pre-trip, backing, trip planning, just there's probably about five major things that you have to do over and over. That's your daily method of operation. And I could have those, and we could have them all set up, just bum,
So
bum, bum, bum,
I
bum,
like
and
the
they're
idea
done.
of how about we do that this week because I've got a lot of content to still go through from your end. Just kind of, you know, I've got one video that's
Yeah.
going to be ready to upload, and then I've got to go through. There's a couple I saw on your YouTube that I'm just going to be downloading and uploading, so there shouldn't be any editing. So that way I can, you know, from today on, I can just, you know, finish those couple videos, and then this week you can just kind of add some training, you know, do some training videos in there, and then, you know, maybe just like your thought process on each of those steps, and then I can take those videos, we can put them in a playlist on Facebook, and then I can even make it on your website so that people can go to this little members area where they can actually get access to this free training. You know, maybe someone is interested, or, you know, someone is going for a test, or they're going to, you know, go for an interview and they just want to sharpen up on a few skills. You know, you could have something of free value to offer. That's another piece of this puzzle is having that lead magnet, something that you give away for free that's special to you, that, you know, brings people to you. Like, hey, I want to go to this channel and subscribe because I want to get this free ebook or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So we can work that into the
Oh,
price.
another, absolutely. Here's another thing that, okay, CRST, the last company I was with, they're a big training company. I mean, they're known to they take people off the street with no experience, and they're big. Okay, my point is they're a team company. That's who I was with the first 3 years. I was a trainer with them. It's a huge company, but there's a lot of people just like myself that they already know when they go to that company, they want to go to another company. They're not going to stay with CRST. So there's that whole CRST network that we, if somehow through keywords that CRST drivers are thinking about going to another company, that I can say, hey, I'm an ex-CRST driver. I made the change tonight, and here's why. These are the key points and why I changed. And I've been with them now 9 years. You know, and this is why
You
I
could even
actually go
keyword
ahead.
that keyword that to, like, you know, thinking of leaving your, you know, your trucking company, watch this video first. Or, you know, thinking of becoming a CRST truck driver, watch this video first. You know, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, you know, that we can use these keywords. Even your
The CRST is here.
the chanting that you're doing, we could the you know, that just being like a keyword as well is a way to bring people to you and your channel, you know.
No, that's what I'm saying. I like the direction we're going and what we're producing, but there's a point, obviously, that we have to have signups and traffic and subscribers. And because I have my friend Scott signed up and Tessa signed up. So I have like maybe 2 subscribers right now.
Hey, yeah,
It's,
well, don't even
but
worry.
it's okay.
Yeah,
No. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying to you, brother, I'm not worried about that because to me, it's the house analogy. From my perspective, we have the blueprints. We're building a house. Okay, we're building a house. We're not going to move into the house and live in the house and turn on, furnish it, move the furniture until the house is built. So from my perspective, the subscriber thing will come. I'm more interested having and also I looked at the website you set up too. I'm more interested at the end of the day that we have something we're both happy with, and the subscribers will come. It's like the Field of Dreams things. If you build it, they will come.
yes, and we're also
That's
working with ways to bring more traffic to the YouTube channel. I mean, it's brand new, so yes, that part will take a little time. The most important thing though is to be uploading constantly. Um, you know, really making sure that you're, you know, just sharing content of value each day, and going from there. So that's really what it's all about, at these stages. And in the background, you know, that's where I'm working on that stuff. You know, working with people who can bring, you know, not keywords, but bring people in through search engine traffic. Have people find us. You know, have people find our channel. Sharing our channel in the spaces where people are looking for what you have to offer for what you're sharing. So all that stuff is happening in the background and with time, and it's something that's going to be worked within this, you know, our time working together. So, you know, number one thing is to keep creating value content, keep uploading every single day, and even going live on that YouTube channel will help as well. So um, and another one little thing, if you do go on that YouTube channel and you have that as your, you know, you're logged into it on your phone, feel free to go over to other trucking channels or things with similar interests and just comment on their videos, like and comment on videos that you watch. Even if you just watch like a minute of it, leave a like, leave a comment, because people will start seeing your logo, start seeing your name popping up in the comments, and then they'll start clicking on you. So if you have some time in your off time, spend like 15, 20 minutes doing that. And I have also been doing that as well in the background. I'll go on the channel and like look at certain truck driving stuff, or look at things that are connected to what we're doing, traveling in Japan and stuff like that, and really just um, commenting, because that helps move things around for people to be able to see you and be able to get to just find you. So with the consistency, the subscribers are going to come. It's just a matter of time. And that's what I want you to be able to have, a channel that can actually make you money. Whether you make $500 a month from YouTube or $5,000 a month from YouTube. It's just that's one of my goals, is to have you into profit with a YouTube channel. Whether it's might not be right away, or at least you have the things set in place where, hey, I'm getting subscribers every day, I'm getting people to watch my stuff. That's really what it's all about as well.
There was something I was going to say, but I didn't want to interrupt you. When someone types in night transportation, they have their company company videos. I think in many ways, some of our videos are better than the company videos, but that one with the women, they have 7 million views on it. And then the other people like my night drivers that are posting their own content are kind of mixed in with the company videos. I don't know if there's a way that I can get kind of my because my one video I did for Christine, it wasn't really even that good. It was on the space with the other night videos, and because it was, I think I have something like, I don't know, it had something like 7,000 views or something.
Nice.
And it really wasn't that good. I mean, it was okay, but the point is, because it was night transportation and because it was kind of mixed in with their videos, to this day, people are watching it. It was just a basic tour of my truck and showing them how the Zonar worked and talking about how I got paid. It was really simple, and it's still getting views.
That's what it's all about.
So.
Yeah, so I'm actually putting it in right now. Night transportation, and then I got to look up a few more keywords on that. Yeah, we got to have that as part of.
I could even send you that exact YouTube video and let you see it, so you can see what I'm talking about. It was just a random. I didn't think about it. I just shot it. I was up in Flagstaff, in Arizona, which is up in the mountains. I just walked up and say, I want to show you my truck. I'll go inside. I was moving the curtains. It was real amateurish, but it worked. So my feeling is, if that was real amateurish and it got I don't know, it's got 7,000. I don't know. I have to look. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it only has 700, but it was a fair amount of views. I thought it was 7,000. Yeah.
Send it to me after the call and I'll take a look at it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what people want. They want real. It does. Yeah. If you have some nice editing effects, or if you have better picture quality, obviously that's going to get a little bit more attention. But that's kind of what we talked about with the Video Matrix, is you don't have to have all these high tech things. You can do this with a mobile phone and a laptop, you know what I mean? Or a decent
absolutely
video camera. That's really what it's all about. Because it's all about the creation process and creating something that people can resonate with. That's really what it's all about. It's not about.
I'm sorry for interrupting. I actually, on my phone, I looked up and I'll send it to you as we're talking. It's 7,000 views.
Nice.
Now it's 3 years old, but it's still getting views.
Hey, that's okay. That's how YouTube works, really. At the end of the day,
And I had 11 new subscribers on my personal channel. It's kind of funny. I have 11 new subscribers. It's not a lot. And then it said something like, I don't know how many views on my channel. My personal channel. They send me a breakdown every month of what it's doing, and it kind of surprises me. It says I have 11 new subscribers. I even thought I didn't even know I was getting new subscribers at all.
That's how it usually works. YouTube, it's not like you have all this push to your channel. You know what I mean? So it's after a good year or two, you really start to gain traction. And what do most people do when they get on YouTube? They start off strong, they don't really see any results, and then they forget about it. So if you keep up with doing it every day, whether you're just uploading very simple videos or even long videos, it doesn't matter. Whether you're uploading videos that have high quality or not. It just matters about that you're constantly showing up. And then now YouTube is showing your videos to more people because you have more engagement. And that's how Facebook is too. Like, I don't know if you notice when, with my account back in September, I didn't have that much stuff going on my Facebook. And then I started to just implement a strategy of engaging more with people, commenting, and just going through what we teach people in our marketing group. And it really boosted my engagement. And why did that work? Well, Facebook saw what I was doing and they decided to show my posts to more people because they were seeing a need for my content. Oh, this post is getting this many views and this many comments, so let's show more people his content. And that's what it's all about. So people will start to see your videos more and you'll start getting more views when your channel is being shown to more people because of the value, because people are actually watching it, because you're getting subscribers, you're uploading daily. And that's really what it takes. And then all of a sudden, boom, you can have a YouTube channel that just starts growing and building after you put these little blocks into play. And that's what we're doing. And I think you've got some serious potential with it. And with what you're doing, just staying on track with your life, with your passions, with what you want to create here, that's number one. And then me in the background doing what I do, making sure the videos have the titles to it, making sure that we've got a nice flow to the videos, that things are, connecting, and that's, that stories are connecting to one another as well. Titles, all that stuff that I'm doing. And then, yeah, I like this part too, coming on, doing the Zoom, doing a live, uploading it to the channel. It's like, we are creators and producers in the background as well. And, you're creating something for what you want to do. And I'm working right alongside you with the tools and things that are needed to bring that into reality. I think that's what I'm most passionate about. So you got two people doing what they're most passionate about.
It just came up. I was listening to you, Mike, but we don't have to do this today. But another angle is on the Zoom, I'm asking you questions, like I'm interviewing you, like I'm putting the focus on you on one Zoom call where I'm asking you, how do you get started? What things are you doing? And that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So the people are seeing you more intimately. And then maybe another Zoom, you're asking me questions. So the whole Zoom call, you're putting the focus on me and you're asking me questions.
And even if you
and I think that would be powerful.
Yeah, we could even add to that, because where, you want to do some editing on your computer. It's like, maybe we can do like some training sessions where, we're on our Zoom and we're working together. I'm showing you how to do some editing on your laptop, and we give value that way, where you can
Absolutely
learn from me, and then people can learn from both of us doing it. And then that's another value piece that gets added to what we're doing as well.
I'm looking at the clock. I just have to make sure time doesn't get away from me because I have
Yeah,
to
what
be
time
in.
do you have to be out?
I'm cool. I'm actually cool now, but it's 11:25 and I have about 5-hour drive and I don't have to deliver till 8 o'clock tonight, which is almost 9 hours from now. So I'm cool. I want to do a leisurely. See, this is part of what I go through with my training as I talk about the 14-hour clock, how it works. Like when I start if I say we finish up the call in 15 minutes, or let's say even by 12 noon, and I start working at 12 noon, it means that at 2 a.m. I have to be finished working. So part of the trip planning, I have a 2000, which is supposed to be live unload, which takes time for them to unload the truck. But last time I went to the same place, my company told me it was a live unload. And I got there and they said, no, it's just a drop, which means I just drop the trailer and leave. So I was in and out like in half an hour. So when I start at 12, it means I have to finish my day by 2 a.m. So that's the thought process we go through. We have to make sure we're not leaving too early to where our time is up too early. Like, let's say, I'm just making this up. Let's say we were talking a little earlier and I left at 9 o'clock this morning. it means my clock would be up at 11 o'clock tonight. It means that they would have to have the truck unloaded within 3 hours. So this is kind of the thought process you have to go through. It's called trip planning. So you always have to have, I'm very good at that. That's why the company doesn't bother me. They know I'm taking care of business. I know where I'm at, what I'm doing, where I'm going. They know all the details. My driver managers never, ever, ever call me and say, Doug, what are you doing sitting there? Like I've been off 11 hours and 10 minutes. Technically, I'm eligible to drive and work at 10 hours. So from a kind of conventional job standpoint, it'd be like I was supposed to be at work an hour ago, because technically you can go to work in 10 hours and it's 11 hours and 10 minutes. My employer never calls me and say, hey, you were supposed to be rolling, an hour ago. Your 10 hours is up. Why are you just sitting there doing a Zoom call? No, because they don't micromanage me. They know that I'm sitting here because I don't have to leave yet. Okay. Well, now CRST, the other company I talked to you about, they're super micromanaged. Like if you're sitting there, they'll call you and say, why are you sitting there? They bug you all the time. So this is what I'm getting at. That's part of the culture of Knight. Once you know how to do it, it's like your own business. They don't mess with you. And I think I told you that they told me 2-3 years ago I had made them $1 million so far. $1 million. That's not pocket change. So they don't want to mess with me. I've proven that I'm making them money.
Right.
And I'm not a liability. So they like that. They don't mess with me. And that's a big thing for me, because I'm independent. I don't like micromanage. I don't like someone looking over my shoulder. And that's what makes this not even really a job.
Right.
I'm dressing the way I dress.
Exactly. That's what's perfect about it. And, to find that is really cool too. And, people who work hard and people who are honest and people who, believe in doing a good job, they're hard to come by. So once you just kind of do the easy stuff, just it's not that difficult to shine and to, get out there and do something. And that's awesome that you
Well,
found
like the kind of person you said you always like to exceed people's expectations. That's the way I've always been, my job. And like when I meet with they know, everybody knows in the office how I operate, because from day one, I would, like, if you're a driver manager, I'd say, Mike, yeah, you don't know me. My name's Doug. I'm in 102963. Here's the deal. I'm going to be one of your best drivers. You're not going to have to call me. I'm going to pick up on time, deliver on time. I'll walk the walk. And I'll just call you if I need you. And I say that, and then I walk the walk, and then they come back to me after a few weeks. They go, I'm amazed. You're a super driver. Well, I told you I'm a super driver.
Yeah.
And I do it. And I walk the walk. And then what happens is they tell the other driver managers. And now the company, what they do is they sign me to new driver managers, because they want me to train the driver managers how to be a good driver manager. So it's really cool. Once you get into that position, there's that self-esteem aspect where you don't feel like you're afraid to get fired, or you're afraid,
Right.
you're walking on eggshells all the time, because they don't want to fire you. You'd have to really majorly screw up. And I don't majorly screw up. Like I like drinking beer at home. I like drinking beer, but I don't drink any alcohol when I'm out here. We aren't supposed to drink any alcohol at all. But there are drivers, to tell you the truth, they're off duty and they think the company's not going to tell me that I can't drink a couple of beers at night. I'm going to have a couple of beers at night. It's my life. They don't pay me for that. So they overstep the ground, and they probably, some get away with it. But all they have to do is one alcohol drug test, or one alcohol test. And if you've been drinking while you're out, I don't necessarily agree with that, because I feel like their policy with alcohol is, if I'm at home, I just can't drink a beer 12 hours. It has to be at least 12 hours before when I go out.
Mm-hmm.
So the point is, I don't do anything to give them opportunity to let me go, because I have such a good gig. It's not worth it. It's not worth it for me to have a couple beers. Yeah, it's not worth it, because I'm drinking the beer and going, oh my God, I just drank a beer. They could do a random on me right now and I'm toast. It's not worth it. So I just don't do it.
Exactly.
And I tell them, I tell them right up front. I tell them right up front, you can do all the randoms on me you want, but I'm not going to do anything because I love this job. Where there's other guys that don't. They don't care. They're like, well, if they fire me, fire me. I'll just go on to the next gig.
Right, right.
So like you said, it's hard to find people with the right mindset.
Mhm.
And that's one of the things I would talk about in my videos. If you're going to be a truck driver, you really have to have the right mentality. If you have to be handheld and babysat, and you have to have your type of person, you have to be supervised, and it's probably not the good thing for you because they expect you to take ownership and responsibility for your job to where they don't have to do that. So if you're the type of person that you like supervision, if the break you're supposed to take a 30-minute break, you can take a 40-minute break and try to get away with it. You're always trying to get away with stuff. This isn't the place for you.
Hmm.
And
Right.
so I would, you know what I mean? That's part of what I want to do is say, truck driving, these are all the cool things, but just before you go into it, I want you to know that what they expect from you.
I love it. Yeah, and that's the part that I know the channel isn't about truck driving 100%. I'm just saying that those are the little things that you can tune into, and they can be done. They can be out of the way. The videos out there, and maybe they get some traction now, or maybe a year from now, all of a sudden they've got just like tons of views. So that's what I'm talking about is getting those things created, getting that out there, and then just moving on with your everyday and just being real, talking about what you want to talk about. Something hits you and you want to share a message about whatever it is. Doesn't matter if it's trucking, mindset, Japan, anything. So that's
Oh,
really
that's what I want to do. And people don't have to watch the stuff they're not interested in.
right.
Like I want to be in a space that I want to be in a space that I'm not worried about what people think. And I'm not trying to please everybody. It's like if you're not interested in Eastern philosophy and Buddhism, and maybe that's not something, don't watch those videos on that. It's cool. I'm not offended. If you're not interested in that, that's cool. If you don't understand it or whatever, So I want to be able to be totally open and transparent and authentic. And the people that they might like this part of me or this part of the channel, and they watch that. That's what they watch. They like the personal development, You know what I
Right.
mean? Or they like living through my persona. Like my people in Japan, to them, this is a travel channel. This is like it's kind of cool for them to watch a foreign truck driver traveling around in America because it's
Right.
probably something they may never do. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So they watch. Like I have this one guy, I'll send you a picture of him. He's a really good Aikido master. He has a full-on studio, and he looks like he's got jet black hair. He looks like Bruce Lee. He's just a super, super humble guy. And he's one of my Airbnb hosts. And when I sleep in their house, I'm sleeping in like this thing that looks like a dojo. It has the mats and the futon bed. It has all these swords, and he's a seventh degree black belt in Aikido. And he's one of my. I'll send you some of his stuff, but he watches my stuff all the time.
Nice.
He watches he watches my stuff and his wife, and I'm complimented by him because he's one of those people. He's real, Zen like. He doesn't waste time with anything, and he wouldn't waste any time watching a video if he didn't get value from it. So I feel cool that a Aikido master in Japan likes my stuff and he's commenting and watching it from Japan. That makes me, they're one of my Airbnb hosts. And I've stayed with them like 3 times. Like if you guys ever go to Japan, they're the coolest people. She cooks me breakfast every morning. Anyway, I'll send you some of their pictures. They're just
Yeah,
super
definitely.
cool.
And yeah, I mean that's the kind of stuff too that you can even focus in on. We can have a traveling to Japan section where, maybe you cover all these little things, that because you don't really need to know how to speak a different language, and you've proved that through your travels already. So you can kind of like take these little topics and just kind of check them off, get them out of the way, whatever people might be worried about. You just share your story and be like, hey, I've been 5 times in 2 years. And if COVID wasn't around, I would have gone another, 5 times.
Well, it would have been 8.
probably.
It would have been 8 times now. And how many people go to Japan 8 times? Even
Yeah,
my
exactly.
Japanese friend Takako said, my friend Takako said, people don't go to Tokyo 10 to 5 times. They just go 1 time. I've seen Tokyo, and that's it. You've gone 5 times. This is highly unusual. And what some of my Japanese friends are saying, you've seen more of Japan than I have because you've traveled over the bullet trains and you run structured time. You've gone places I haven't gone to. So it's really makes me feel good that I'm almost a 70-year-old guy that doesn't even speak the language, that's not Japanese, and I'm getting Japanese people saying, you're kind of like a local, you're kind of like, you don't speak the language, but you're like one of us, and
Right.
it's fun. But I on that note, I was going to ask my friends if I could highlight them, like,
Well, yeah, that's the other thing.
could I actually talk about you?
Well, 1 second, Dag.
Yeah.
That's the other part, Doug. Like, you could even be sharing these videos, and it will touch people who are from the land that you're visiting. That's another piece to it as well. So it's like you've got so many
While we're
different
talking, I'm
avenues.
gonna actually send you a couple of the pictures of the people I'm talking about. You'll really like this.
Yeah, send me them.
I've really connected with these. Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I'm just
Shut the water off.
okay. Oops. But yeah, that's what made it special. I'll do it after we get off the call because it's kind of hard to focus
Yeah,
on that. I'll
I'll
send you
take a
some
look at
pictures of
that.
these people. Because I was going to ask him if they would mind me talking about them, on the channel. My experience with them. I don't not think they'll mind because they're Airbnb hosts. They love it. Like they said, I was the first repeater Airbnb guest they've ever had. And I did in fact, I did a video. I'll send you a video. You'll love this video. I did it when my first time there. I said, do you mind if I do a live with you? You'll love this. And they went along with it. And this live is it's so real. And I almost start crying when I talk about it. I just start crying. They're so humble and sweet, and I'll send you this video. You'll like it.
Yeah, we can even put it
This
on
will
the
give
channel.
you. Yeah, I'll put it on the channel, and she doesn't mind. I said I'm talking about you guys because it 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 it, it was just I told them I love you guys.
Yeah,
So
but you meet some great people out there. That's what it's all about.
I have the most extraordinary people I've ever met in my life. I've stayed at 50 Airbnbs, and every single one I went through a whole system. Like to get one Airbnb, I looked at maybe 50 or 75 of them, looked at the pictures, the reviews, the hosts, the reviews, and then I picked one, and then I checked that off my list on a trip. Then I looked for, I booked like 10. They're all with pure intentionality. I listened to my voice, and I go there. It was so magical, Mike. You would absolutely love it. You pick out an Airbnb, you look at the pictures, you look at the person, you really feel like there's a connection, and you fly there and you go there for the very first time, and now it's real. And it's like, wow, that's the way it was with Sardi. Soon as I met her, I was like, she was like a soulmate. She was married, but she walked me from the train station. I met with her husband. Her husband really wasn't into the Airbnb, but he was totally hip with her spending time with me. So she made me breakfast every day. Every day she'd take me somewhere. And she's like a sister to me. She charges 55 normally, but she only charges me 35 because I'm like a friend. She gives me like a friend discount.
I love it.
And she gives me tour. So those are the things I actually want to feature on the channel too.
Yes.
It is to just make the Japan thing a real thing instead of just like, oh, he went to Japan.
Right.
I want the real goods there.
Yeah. So, well, let's focus on doing just that this week, if there are any, videos that you want me to pull from, anything that I can add like that, and then, doing the training section. So having some, maybe focusing on some simple training things that you can share, and then your Japan videos, maybe pick one person you want to talk about and then make a video based on that person. And, I want to say just to stay the focus of like what you want to create each day, and then to have things in, like, I would say let's keep things to about a 15-minute video, and just let's try it this week to see how it works out, because I feel like, when, again, back to our original talk, like having that intention, like, okay, I'm going to take some video clips today of what I'm thinking. I'm going to take some video clips today of, what my scenery is like and what my everyday life is like. And then I'm going to, talk about this topic, you know what I mean? Bring people into your world, share some value, and then, share an experience, whether that's training them on something with the truck, teaching them something about truck driving life, talking about Japan, or any kind of experience there. Even like the Airbnb stuff is really huge to, you can tap into Airbnb, as a key word. And especially if you've got videos of all these different places, you can now have all these separate videos that you can even add to like your travel playlist.
Yeah, if you want to do what you did before, just sent me kind of a little like action plan. It doesn't have to be really, just say, okay, keep things concise. Because what
So
I hear
that is the
hear you
action.
saying,
That's the action plan. So every week, just look at that action plan and think about, this week we're going to go off of doing a few things based on,
yeah,
for training and truck driving, and then
yeah,
doing things about Japan. So stick to that, what I sent you, because that will just be like a every week check-in of, to like, okay, this is what I need to talk about and do throughout my 5-day video, broadcast creation. And then just go with that. And we'll talk each weekend, and we'll talk obviously continuously through the week, and we'll go from there. I just think each week we just pick kind of something that we want to focus on, that the channel needs. What do people need to see? They want to see some truck stuff, which we do that. Obviously, we have that involved in a lot of your videos. So do some value-based stuff there, and then do some travel-based stuff where you're, talking about Japan, talking about the person here, or this B&B host here, and then we can cut in some of those videos that you have, and build those key points that we want. We want people to see you traveling and talking about Japan. We want people to see you in your everyday life, and we want people to see you talking, specifically about truck things, whether that's learning how to do it, little truck life, like you showed something the other day of how you wash your truck in between truck washes, and like that was perfect. I know it's a good deal to have your truck clean, and that's something that the company wants you to have, as a clean truck. And it also helps you to stay good with highway officials and things like that. So if you have a clean truck, then
yeah, you're talking like a truck driver, brother.
yeah, see that I'm following up and getting into it, you know what I mean? So the little things can really help people and offer that unique audience, where people just, they know this little stuff, but you're sharing it in your own way.
Yeah, just so I don't forget, if there's something, instead of getting it from another source, if there's like a part of like that you drop from somebody else, tell me, Doug, while you're on the road, be aware of this. It just takes me a couple minutes to shoot, like when I'm at the shipper. Well, some places they don't want you videotaping the shipper and the consignee, but when I'm at the truck stops and stuff, I can start building some of your B-roll stuff, like just take some pictures of trucks rolling out of the truck stop and moving, and the
Perfect.
trucking life.
Yep.
So
Yeah, we do
so
that.
you have a,
even if there's like friends on the road, maybe you meet up with somebody that, hey, there's, Joe over there. I've known him for years.
Yeah.
Maybe there's people that,
yeah,
that you could just do a quick video, be like, hey, I'm here with my buddy Joe, and he's been trucking for the last 5 years. He's just going to share a quick trucker story or whatever with you. And
absolutely.
Just,
I have a friend named Robert.
Yeah, keep it.
I have a friend
real.
named Robert. Yeah. I have a friend named Robert who is one of my co-drivers at CRST, and I've been away from them for 9 years. And we sometimes talk 2, 3 times a day. And he's been to my house. He's met my dad. He loves me like a brother. He doesn't say it, but he loves me like a brother. He knows everything about me. And he's a black he's a black guy. He's a black guy and doesn't really talk like a black guy. He actually speaks fluent Spanish. His wife's from Nicaragua. He's
Oh, wow.
funny. When we were together, we were together, we'd be in a warehouse where all these Mexican people were talking Mexican, not thinking that he could understand anything. And they're talking about him, and they're going blah 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 blah. And he turns to them perfect Spanish and just starts talking that they're like blown away. They're like, I didn't know he could understand everything. And they were
Oops.
like, what part of Mexico are you from? And so we had some interesting experiences when we were together. And he's just really funny, but he's a good guy, but he's one of my best friends. Then I have Don. He's a guy I trained. He just called me the other day. We almost got in an argument when we were on the truck together. I mentioned to you, we almost got in a fist fight. And I'm not a aggressive type person, but he got really pissed off at me. I almost fought in the truck, and I had to call the company and say, my student
shoot.
wants to have a fight with me. What should I do? And there's like, just hang in there. Just don't get off the truck yet. Just hang in there with him. Now he's one of my best friends.
Nice.
We
Oh, yeah,
joke
I
about it all the
remember
time.
that.
I said, yeah. So I have some of those guys that we have these really good trucking friendships, and they're with other companies. So I like to include them. In fact, I have one guy, he got fired. He's not driving anymore, but he's a really good guy. He's going to start like a food truck up in Spokane. So what I hear you saying, start drawing some people in my life, bring
Yeah.
them into the story, just maybe add color to it.
Hmm.
Just
Yeah, whether they're
other
somebody
things. So
you see at the truck stop that you know, or if you're talking to somebody, or even like this Zoom. It's like we could do a Zoom and have a couple other truckers on here, and you could just talk about truck driving. People will watch that kind of stuff, especially if you just kind of, and then each person can kind of tap into like other personal things that they're into, and it doesn't have to be all about trucking. That can just be what is the key word
no,
to bring people in.
no. And anyway, we should probably bring this to close. I like these Zooms to be not, obviously 4 hours or 5 hours like before. We can try to keep them down to like an hour or whatever. And then I'll try to get more concise. I'll probably still do some longer stuff, but what I'm going to do is, like you said, keep things down to 10 or 15 minutes, really concise and clear. And like my friend Domingo said, you're better off to have a lot of short videos than just one long one, because you're going to have content. You're going to have many different, and it's going to
Right.
get more traffic. It's going to get more
Yeah.
exposure
So
because they're going to see all this content
I
from you.
like the long videos too. So I'm not saying don't do long videos. All I'm saying is for like this next week, let's focus on the couple topics I was telling you about, Japan, and then any like trucking basics as far as like value that you can share with new people. Hey, people are, wanting to know about this and that. What's the most commonly searched word when it comes to truck driving? Really, that's what we're getting down to, are those things. And I can send you over a few things to keep in mind, so that when you're talking about it, if you're talking about backing, you can use the keyword in your video. Like as you're talking about it, you can keep using the keyword. So I'll send you over a list of some of the most searched keywords for that stuff. Yeah, and let's be conscious of the video time this week, and then that way you'll at least know that, hey, I have the control. I can do a long one if I want, or when I'm doing these shorter ones, it gives me a little bit more space to put all these together. Maybe you can make 3 15-minute ones, and maybe you take 2 of those and put them together, and it's a half-hour story that connects.
Well, what I'm getting at is I want people that are coming on to have the choice. Like they might be the type of person, I don't want to sit for an hour video, but 5 minutes is cool. Like a certain attention span, like 5 minutes is cool, or 10 minutes is span. So they'll watch my 5-minute videos. They won't watch the long ones, or maybe they'll watch a little bit of it, go back to it later. And there's, like you said, you're cool with watching a longer video with more information and more depth. So I'm definitely, I can't shut that part of me off, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do first the shorter ones first, take care of business, check those off my list, and the mechanics, check those off my list. And anything else is just bonus time. You know, I've done that first. I can do the long one and not do the short check off the list at the expense of not doing that. You know, we're gonna focus on my goals for this week and make sure I take care of that. And
Right.
after I take care of all of that, if I want to do a longer one or do some other stuff, I'll do it. You know, it's
Yeah,
kind of how
because you
I'm
can
gonna go
always
about it.
take, let's say you take those 5 videos at 15 minutes, you can start taking some
Yeah.
videos and breaking them up, doing a little, talking in the background, and you can, there's so many things you can do with it. So let's go with that. I'll let you get going so you can get back to your day. Of course, any questions or anything you want to share with me, send it over in the message.
And if you could send the Zoom, if you record it, if you could
Yeah.
send it over to me, that'd be
So
awesome.
I sent the other one to you through Dropbox. I'm thinking about just doing that same thing, or I'm just gonna
You
starting
want to just
today.
post it?
I was gonna say I can just put this on the YouTube channel and
Yeah,
we'll start doing
let's
it
just go.
today.
Let's just go for it. Let's just
Yeah.
go for it, bro.
All
Let's
right.
just let's put it out there, and we'll say this is just raw. This is us getting together, just wrapping at the end of the week. You get to see us off camera or whatever,
Perfect.
and then we're gonna go on to this, and
I
they get
love
to
it.
see it. Oh, next week we're gonna do this, and they get to see it happen.
Yeah, like technically they
So
kind of already will know our plan if I post this today, they'll know what to expect to come. I like it. Yeah, it's a good idea. I think we'll just roll with the feeling of it. Let's do it.
I just want to keep things real.
Yeah.
Like I want people to think we're two guys that just met. We're just doing this for the first time. We're kind of making it as we go, and we're doing it with intentionality. So
I love
I'm
it.
gonna send. When I get off, I'm gonna send you some of these. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm sending you the pictures of my friends I'm talking about, and I'll send you the video of the little tour. The little tour I did. Actually, to Airbnb. And then if you want to, I think they would be actually even cool if you did something with that. What if you want? If you like that, if you like the tour of the Airbnb, and if you want, you have to do it today. But if you want to do something with that, I'll just check with them just as a courtesy. Put your Airbnb tour on my channel. Would you mind if I do that? And they might say, "Oh no problem at all." And then we can put that on there.
Yeah.
That'd be
So
totally
yeah,
awesome.
check in with that. Send me all the stuff that you want to send. Again, my thing is, we're just gonna chat back and forth, and I'm just gonna be, doing my thing here, working on the videos, getting them published, and getting everything into spec. So it was great chatting with you.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
talk
yeah,
soon.
Chad. Say hi to Michelle. Tell her she's got to send messages once in a while because I miss hearing her voice.
I will. Doug says she just sent you one the other day, didn't she?
Yeah.
I think she was talking.
Yeah. You guys are.
She says
You
hi.
guys
She'll be chatting with
Yeah.
I say hi to
Yeah.
her.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go, bro. Thanks for taking the time for
Hi,
me.
every morning in the BBM family chat. You can say hi there.
Oh, Michelle was saying that
Okay.
she says hi
Okay.
in the Video Matrix chat. Yeah.
Every day I do. People choose to say hello.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right. Well, you
Okay,
have safe
Michelle. I love you.
travels. We love you, and
Okay, I'll let you go,
travels,
bro.
brother.
I'll let
All
you
right, man.
go.
Take care. We'll talk to you
Okay,
soon.
I look forward to see you soon. Take care. Bye.
All right. Bye.